Hey, I'm Brian, co-founder and CEO of LeadTruffle, and today I'm going to show you how to connect LeadTruffle to your DripJobs CRM so that every lead you're generating and qualifying and booking through LeadTruffle are logged in your DripJobs CRM. You're going to need three main tools today. You're going to need your LeadTruffle account, which you can get at app.leadtruffle.com. Start up with your 14-day trial. Also, you'll need your DripJobs account. You want to be logged in there, and you'll also need a Zapier account, which you can log into. They have free plans as well as paid tiers. You can pick whichever plan makes the most sense for your business. Now, before we dive in, if you're not familiar with LeadTruffle, we have a website texting widget that looks like this here. We can go down here and hit contact us. We're just going to capture the name and phone number of the lead, and then our AI, which will be trained on your business, will text with the lead and move them through the sales funnel. We also have missed call follow-ups. If you want any more information about LeadTruffle, you can book a meeting at leadtruffle.com or email me, Brian, at leadtruffle.com. So with that, let's get into the setup. So first step, we're going to want to come into our LeadTruffle account. Cool. In here, we're going to want to go over to the integrations tab. And I know there's a lot of information on the screen, but we'll keep it simple. You can just click the Connect with Zapier button here. Okay, so what that's going to do is invite you into our private Zapier app, and then you'll hit Accept and build a Zap. Okay, now that's it. We're going to have to go get an API key. I know it sounds a little scary, but I promise I'll walk you through it. And we're going to have to get that as we set up the Zap. But let's start with setting up the Zap, which is basically just connecting LeadTruffle and DripJobs. Okay, so we'll come over here to create, and then we're going to create a new Zap, which is an automated workflow. Cool. So step one is going to be, of course, LeadTruffle. We're going to be capturing leads from our website and potentially missed call follow-up through LeadTruffle. So we need to set that up. If you don't see this here, pretty simple. Just type in LeadTruffle, and then your app will come up, and you'll see it here. So we'll want to connect LeadTruffle into Zapier. So we'll want to hit the sign in button. And now Zapier is going to ask us for two things. Company name, you can put it if you want. I could put Brian's Painting. Not entirely necessary unless you have multiple LeadTruffle accounts, and you'll want the API key. Now we make it pretty simple. You just click this link here, here, and it will bring you to this button. Okay, and so what you want to do is create a new API key. I have a bunch here from previous demos, but we'll do Zapier, DripJobs. Just name it something to remember why I created this API key, and now I can simply come to this button and copy it. Okay, so we just create the API key and then copy. Going back into our Zap, we will then put that into this little window that got hidden and put in our API key and connect. Okay, so we grab that API key from this link, put it here, and now this will connect my specific LeadTruffle account into Zapier, and we can select that account there. Okay. Now, the last piece here is choosing the event. So there's two things that are going to happen in LeadTruffle. Either a conversation is going to be started and then be completed from a missed call lead, or same thing from a new chat widget lead, which is what we looked at here. This is the chat widget. So for most people watching this, you'll probably be using the chat widget. So we'll want to start there. Now, just to give you a quick insight what's happening here, we're going to send out the information to DripJobs after the conversation has been had by the AI, asking the lead their qualifying information, where are you based, what job do you need, etc. So once that conversation is complete, that will trigger the information to go into DripJobs. So now we can test the trigger, and we'll see that the trigger, this worked. We're pulling in the data, and there's a couple different test leads we can pick. I'll pick Mike, who recently submitted on our chat widget. Great. So we're now getting the data from LeadTruffle. Now let's send it into DripJobs. So we're going to want to come up here and search for DripJobs. And now choose, we'll come back to choose the action event. First thing we want to do is connect, of course, the DripJobs account. So we're sending it into the right place. So let's choose sign in. And again, similar to with LeadTruffle, you need to get what's called an API key. DripJobs is nice. It makes it easy. You just click that button. Then we have the API key here. If I was signed in on the other tab, I would have logged right in and got it, but you can see DripJobs makes it nice and easy with the API key here. So I'll copy that, and then you guessed it, I'll bring it back to Zapier, where this little window might be hidden. If you don't see it, it's probably hidden behind your other Chrome or Safari windows, and I can paste that in here. Okay. Honestly, that's the hardest part. We just got to go get the API key from LeadTruffle, pop it into Zapier. Go get the API key from DripJobs, pop it into Zapier, and now's the fun part. So when I'm getting leads through LeadTruffle, what do I want to have happen? Well, there's two options. I can create an on-site estimate or a lead create a lead, right? That's obviously what we want to create there. And now the question is, okay, what data from LeadTruffle do we want to send to what fields inside of DripJobs? Now, for source, if you hit the / key, you'll see a list, or you can hit the plus button, of every piece of data that's coming in from LeadTruffle, right? So if you type up here and you see source, we have a couple different sources we can send you. We can send you specifically where the lead came from, such as chat widget or website texting, and that will be different depending on where the leads come from. We have a couple different widgets. Or what might be even simpler for you using DripJobs is just to type in here LeadTruffle. Okay. Zapier, let's not allow that. Cool. First name, pretty obvious if we type the / key and up here hit first. Great. First name, Mike was the lead. Last name, same thing. I'm hitting / key to pull up this menu, or you can press the plus button here. We'll type in last. There it is. Email. And we can type that here. Now, I want to make a note on email. The only information LeadTruffle will always get is the name and phone number of the lead. So plenty of our customers never ask for email. So if that's you and you're not asking for email, DripJobs requires email. And so if a lead comes in without email, there's going to be an issue. So you have two options. You can either make sure that you're always asking for an email using the AI in LeadTruffle, or you can put what we would call a dummy email, basically something that's always going to be the same. Okay. So we could do something like lead@leadtruffle.com. Okay. So up to you. If you're always going to be asking for email in your LeadTruffle chats, you can map email. Otherwise, you can put something here. Now, the rest of the information is optional. So, we do get phone number, but same thing. Phone. We're always going to get phone because we're a texting app, so you can definitely map that confidently. You're not always going to be asking for address, but if you do, you have that here. A lot of this is going to be dependent on what you're asking for. But to keep things simple to start, let's just put the data that we know we're always going to have and potentially the stuff that DripJobs needs, which in this case is email. So just to summarize, we mapped data coming in from LeadTruffle to DripJobs. Now let's continue. And now we can see here a sample of the data that's being sent over. The lead source is LeadTruffle, first name, last name, email, and phone. Okay. And now let's test the step. Basically, hey, is this data going into DripJobs? A lead was sent to DripJobs 0 seconds ago. If I come over to DripJobs and I go into my sales pipeline, I see that I have a new lead here created from LeadTruffle. Looks great. If we go down to contacts, we can see him there as well. And we'll see that all of that data was mapped over. Okay. So I know I threw a lot at you, but that is the essence of connecting LeadTruffle to DripJobs. You want to connect LeadTruffle to Zapier. You want to connect DripJobs to Zapier. And then here you can publish these two together and publish your Zap. If you have any questions at all, feel free to email me, Brian, BRYAN, at LeadTruffle.com. Go to your LeadTruffle account, chat with me in the app. I'm here to help. This stuff seems a little complicated, but it's quite approachable once you know how to do it, and I'm here and available to help you as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you love using our website texting and missed call follow-up, and hope you have a great rest of your day.